lot of people find dressings to be really intimidating, but I want to encourage you to make your own homemade dressings, and you can easily do that having them be oil-free and having them taste really good if you keep in mind the 5 elements that I'm going to share with you in this video. After we go through the 5 elements, I'm going to share 3 more amazingly delicious oil-free dressings that you can add into your rotation. And because this is a dressings video, I want to give you a little special bonus. When you buy my ebook, Eating Whole, right now for the next 3 days, you can also get as a free bonus my Dips and Dressings ebook, which is not available anywhere else, and I only throw it out there on special occasions. So for more information on that, you can look down in the description. Having a good salad dressing, in my opinion, is one of the ways that you're going to be able to eat a mountain of vegetables. And it doesn't need to be intimidating. You just need to keep these 5 elements in mind whenever you're creating your own. And the 5 elements are fat, acid, sweet, salty, and aromatic. If you have this in a dressing, you're gonna create something that's good. Have you ever made a dressing and you've just thought, that's kind of okay, but it's missing something? Go back and check with that list. So let's just go through what each of those mean. Now, typically a fat in a regular salad dressing would be the oil, right? But we're not using oil. So a fat can be any source of a whole plant fat. So typically what I like to use are nuts like cashews or almonds, seeds like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, things of that nature, sometimes even peanuts. And you can use things that are fresh like avocados and olives. So in one of the dressings I'm gonna show you today, we're gonna use an avocado and we're also gonna use sunflower seeds. The good thing about making plant-based dressings is you can typically make them ahead of time and have them last in your fridge throughout the week. Traditionally, they say that your fat to acid ratio should be 3:1. But you can even make it so that it's an equal mix. It's really gonna come down to preference. The second element is acids. So your go-tos for this category could be things like balsamic vinegar, white balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, a champagne vinegar. Really, there's so many vinegars out there. I like rice vinegar as well, apple cider vinegar with the mother. If you're not a vinegar person, you don't want to use vinegar, then you can use things like lemon and lime. Next up is the sweet, and this just takes the edge off of the acid. And I like to use things like maple syrup, dates, date syrup even. You can also use fresh fruit like oranges or the juice of an orange, or even apple or apple juice, or even strawberries. Really, the possibilities are endless here. Some dried fruit will do it as well. Next up, you want to add a salty element. So that could be like a Himalayan pink salt, a sea salt. And if you're trying to keep it completely salt-free, you can use things like seaweed, dulse flakes, wakame. And lastly are the aromatics. And these are things like fresh herbs, garlic, shallots, onion. These really just give a little bit of a bite to your salad. Things like black peppercorns or different spices. My favorite go-to fresh herbs for salad dressing are cilantro and thyme and basil. Mint or dill are great options as well. Whatever you enjoy, most likely you can put into a salad dressing and have it turn out fantastic. Then of course you can use some little dried seasonings here and there just to spice it up. So for example, if you typically only use salt and pepper, you could try to use a little pinch of cayenne pepper or some red crushed pepper flakes. Whenever you make a dressing for the first time, you always want to fine tune it at the end, and that could just be adding a little bit of salt or pepper to it. Or you might find that, you know, if you're a person who doesn't like a ton of garlic, maybe you want to press the garlic, but not mix it around. So it gives that flavor, releases the garlic taste a bit, but you're not getting the full clove. You can omit that before you eat it. If you are a garlic lover, maybe you want to add in more garlic. Another tip I want to share with you, since we're not using oil, is mustard is a fantastic emulsifier of the dressing and really pulls things together. So if it seems really piecey or separated, you can use that, whisk it together, and that will help hold your dressing together. If you want to make your plant-based dressing more creamy without adding oil, a great tip is to use like a cashew cream, a cashew sour cream. I've got another video which I will link up here and down in the description below, where I take this idea to the max and I use it in almost every dressing in the video, and they're all so delicious. And if you want to add a little bit of heat to your dressing, you can always add things like curry powders or curry paste, as well as crushed red chilies or fresh chilies or jalapenos or serrano peppers, something to that effect. That will always boost up the heat. So now that that is all said, let's get into 3 dressings which I've never shared on this YouTube channel before, which are totally delicious. I'm going to show you a vinaigrette, I'm going to show you an avocado based dressing, and a creamy sunflower seed dressing. So let's get into those now. Okay, super simple. This staple vinaigrette has 3 tablespoons of a good quality balsamic vinegar, 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard. I'm doing 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and then I'm crushing 1 garlic clove. Now, if you're not a big garlic person, remember what I said. You can always press one, leave it in there for a couple minutes, and then discard it, and it will still give you a little bit of a hint of garlic. Whisk this, see how it tastes. Yes. Store this in a glass container in the fridge for up to about a week and it should be good. You can always double this recipe if you want to make it at the top of your week. Next up is this guacamole salad dressing. I am using 1 medium ripe avocado, a quarter to a half jalapeno or serrano pepper, a garlic clove, a tablespoon of raw cashews, a quarter teaspoon of salt, an 1/8 teaspoon of maple syrup, the juice of 1½ medium limes or more to taste, and then about 1/3 to a half a cup of water depending on your consistency. Start with 1/3 and add more by the tablespoon until you reach your desired consistency. This is so delicious. For this creamy sunflower seed dressing, I'm using half a cup of raw sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon of chickpea miso or white miso paste, 1 garlic clove, and then again 1/3 to a half a cup of water. Start with the 1/3 cup and add more by the tablespoon until you reach your desired consistency. The juice of 1 lemon or more to taste. The thing that really makes this dressing, in my opinion, are fresh chives. So you're gonna use about a tablespoon of chives once you have put this in the Vitamix and blended it until it's smooth and creamy and dreamy. And fun fact, my dad hates nut-based dressings, but he loved this one so much he told me if I bottled it, I would make millions. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Place it into a bowl, and now we're gonna add a tablespoon of freshly chopped chives. This really makes the recipe pop, and I'm adding a pinch of cayenne pepper. That's totally up to you how much you wanna add. This works great for a salad, also works really well as a dip. So those are fantastic dressings, and I always think like it's so much easier for me to eat a big salad if I enjoy what it tastes like. I'm not a person who wants to eat salad plain. I just need some flavor, and hopefully this got you excited to try some new things and throw some different dressings into your rotation. If these dressings look good to you, then you're gonna love the dressings that are in my ebook Eating Whole, as well as that bonus dips and dressings. You can find out more down below. For even more dressings, you can watch these videos right up here. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you like it and subscribe to my channel. You can always support my videos on Patreon, and if you found this video helpful and you know somebody who is lacking in the dressing department, make sure to share it with them. All right, you guys, with all the health and all the happiness, I'll see you next time. Bye.